audio. Sounds like no audio. What's going on? What's that? Weird. No. Guys, we got audio. Hey, what's going on? RB3 is the audio is low. You're saying? Okay, hold on. Let's boost some stuff up. How about now, guys? Audio still low. Should I go boost it up a little more? Okay. Man, so tons of stuff going on, guys. It's been crazy. Pizzeria basically sold that at the end of last month, and it was just kind of just to get out of it. It wasn't really making enough money to for the amount of time it was taking up for me. So I've really been dealing with the aftermath of that. The new guy didn't want any of the stuff, so I've been moving small wares out, building storage sheds, trying to get stuff organized. I'm still not even close to done. Um, but it is what it is. And now we've got the pandemic we're dealing with, and Vegas getting partially shut down. So it's just been nuts, man. It's been absolutely nuts. Um, Mention Exchange Collectibles. We've got a really big announcement on Bill's channel tomorrow morning early. Anyone that catches this, and can make it over there, you're definitely going to want to do that. So I bought a few things, and I just want to kind of talk about what I'm seeing in the market, right? So, big books. Like, if you got big books, now is not the time to sell them, okay? So, and the bigger the book, the harder they're getting hit. Like AF-15s are down 30%. I watched a couple auctions on Comic Link where they were auctioning off basically Journey into Mystery 83, super high grade 9.4. That's like maybe like 7 or 8 in the whole world at that grade, and maybe there's a couple 9.6s that exist. But anyway, last sale of that book was at like 250,000. 275,000 I think was the high, and that book sold for 150,000. So that is crazy low. You're almost half of from the high, and so now is not the time to be selling those type of books. Or even like an AF-15 or something. You just don't want to do it. Uh, okay, so good question, Ray. So I consider all of those 500, 5,000, 10,000. They're all big books, and so like if you have those type of books and you're forced to sell some, sell the $500 books because you're not going to get hit as hard. In fact, if you my advice was going to be like, look, if you're kind of scared and you need to sell some stuff, you don't have enough cash for the time, and you're going to have to sell some things. What the heck is this? Bubblegum or some shit? Okay, all right, whatever. Then sell off your $100 modern 9/8. Okay, I have a lot of that stuff that's been selling on eBay, so people are buying that type of stuff. Um, the $500 books are gonna probably take a 10% hit. The $1,000 books are taking a 20% hit. The $5,000 books are taking probably a 30% hit, and the $275,000 books are taking a 45% hit. So basically, that's kind of what I'm saying. If hopefully no one is forced to sell their comics, but if you say, hey, I need to raise 1,000 real quick, sell 10 $100 books. You'll get closer to market value for those than you will trying to sell the $1,000 book. You're gonna take a bigger hit. And it wouldn't be that bad, but let's just say, like, you need to raise 20 grand. Well, you do not want to sell your 3.5 AF-15 for 20 grand. And that book might not even go for that right now. I mean, I'm looking at like 3.5s going for 18,000. So anyway, definitely, please don't sell those big books, unless you absolutely need to. And if you do need to sell some books, sell the cheaper ones. Put a whole bunch of stuff on eBay and let a little bit of it sell, if that's what you need to do. Hopefully no one is in that position. But ultimately what I'm seeing right now is, we all know what fear of missing out is, right? That's FOMO. But I have another term that I call FOMOP. So it's fear of missing out on profit. So that happens where some of these bigger guys have these big books, and they see them starting to go down, and so they're scared of being able to lock in some of that profit that they've got, and they'll start chasing each other down. It'll get really, really crazy. Ray, there's tons of deals on Comic Link right now. Like I said, the bigger the book, the bigger the deal. And that's the thing. There's other people saying, "Oh, don't buy anything." Look, if you have some money on the side, and you're okay with, having a little bit of a nest egg to get you through what's probably going to be 6 months of bad times or something like that, or I don't know, bad, but let's just say a little bit slower times, because that's probably what we're looking at from this. It's going to take 6 months to. Dang, man, this thing is really in there. It's going to take 6 months to come out of this, I think. But anyway, so if there's a book that you've been waiting for, watch a couple auctions and get a feel for what's going on, and buy it. You're going to get a deal right now. I wouldn't tell you, hey, don't buy anything. No, I mean, if you're, have the ability to scoop up a couple auctions on Comic Link, stuff's going to go cheap. All right, so here's what we got. An NYX3. All right. I mean, you see me grab these all day long. I kind of overpaid for this one a little bit because it was a pedigree, and I was like, damn, I want a frickin' 9.8 black label. Now that they're offering that. So I hope this is a pedigree that CGC will honor. I guess I'm gonna call them first to make sure. Because if it's not a pedigree that they're honoring, then I'm not even going to send it in until they do honor it at whatever point, let's see. I'm not going to pull it out, but I mean, the damn thing looked clean as hell. And it does. It looks like it should hopefully make a 9.8. Anyway, so want to try and get myself a 9.8 black label NYX3, because I think that would just look sick. So overpaid a little bit for that, being that it was a pedigree. Tony, what's going on? All right, and they gave me this wax pack of something weird. Have no idea. What the hell is this? Bingo movie trading cards. All right, so we'll give that the kids, I guess. Whatever. All right. As far as what I'm buying, I'm still looking for deals of all the books that you guys typically see me get. I'm not really putting any new money into stuff right now, though. So, like, as some other spec books, say a modern spec book that I bought that's hit, or stuff that I know that I can, get some 9.8s on and sell that and make a little bit of money, then I'm still keeping all that money in comics. But any new money right now, I'm just kind of saving. waiting for a deal, you know. So if the right book pops up, and man, guys, there are going to be some amazing opportunities popping up with some of these books that have not been on the market in a very, very long time. So the deals are going to come. You know, there's going to be people that are just going to, you know, sell in that panic mode, and you know, if there's a nice book that something that I'm looking for or whatnot, then I'll pull the trigger on that. So for that type of thing, yeah, you know, I'll take new money and buy something like that. But like I'm not gonna um, really take new money and do this with it. You know, I'll wait till a couple of things that I have sell, and then you know, kind of go from there and reinvest into something like that, you know, or maybe other new things, newer spec books that I think may hit or whatnot. But I'm just not gonna start taking, you know, a whole bunch of new capital and putting it into. I'm not putting it into anything right now, really. I'm just gonna save a little bit of cash so that I have that on deck for when the right deal comes, you know, because there's going to be lots of them, guys. I mean, over the next, I would say at least 2-3 months, we're going to see all kind of people that are going to panic sell their books, you know, and if I don't get them, then hopefully one of you guys can, you know, but you know, there's going to be some people that are going to start selling stuff. You know, I saw some guy on eBay that's like selling off his dad's collection or whatnot. You know, so there's going to be some people like that um, that maybe inherited some stuff and they just don't care. And especially in today's, you know, uncertainty for people, they are going to try and move that stuff, and they are not going to wait for times to get better. So, you know, hopefully that'll help you guys. If you anyone is, you know, gonna have to sell some books, try and sell those cheaper books, guys, and they're easier to replace also. Okay, no bag and board on this. Primer 2. This book has been kind of slowly heating up, but this one, I don't know. This is probably like a 9.0, something like that. Anyway, I do expect this book to, you know, someday it'll have some explosive growth. I think anyway. We'll see. What do we got here? Like, hey, this was one that popped up on eBay, and was able to get it for a pretty good price. You know, it was someone that probably just decided to dump a book that looks like, you know, it may have been original owner type thing. And I don't know, it hadn't been listed very long, and then I was just like, hey, will you take this for it? And they're like, yep. So I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, don't be afraid to ask for deals. Like, I don't even think that he may have had a best offer no, I don't think he did. No, maybe he did have a best offer option, but the book was listed at like a fairly decent price, and then it had a best offer option, and then I sent him a message and basically was like, hey, you know, will you take this for it? And he messaged back and said, yeah, cool, all right. And I was like, all right, cool, good deal, I'm happy. I'll show you the book, and like I said, guys, it's like I'm not really changing too much of the kind of investment books that I've been picking up, but New Mutants 98, a new stand, picked it up for 175. So I thought that was a pretty good deal, and it looked really clean too. Yeah, it looks really nice. I don't see any color breaking spine ticks. You know, it's got one of those old bag and boards that are, you know, starting to turn yellow and get all wrinkly. So he says he was the original owner. Very well could be. Doesn't look like that tape was really ever opened. Maybe once or something. But nice looking book. Corner, a little something on that corner there. But anyway, it's a newsstand. I figure it's got to at least be a 9.4, maybe 9.6. We'll see. Okay, so this is the book, guys, that I kind of, am practicing a little bit of what I'm preaching, I hope. Anyway, so this is a book that I've been wanting to try and pick up for 3 years, and it's just been eluding me. I don't know why, but it just has. So it's not that I couldn't buy it, but I just couldn't get the right book, the right grade at the right price, so on and so forth. It just is either way too expensive, or the price was okay, but the book had a really bad rap, or some other defect that just bothered me too much. So anyway, 3 years and I have not been able to get this book, and unfortunately it's a book that's really gone up quite a bit over the last 3 years. So that was kind of making me mad also, because it's like it kept going up and up and up, and I'm like, damn it, I need to get this damn thing before it just goes up too damn crazy. Tape, wow. Tony, no, so we basically sold the pizzeria. Just got enough to get us out of it, unfortunately. It just wasn't really making enough money to make it worthwhile from the time that I was, putting into it. It's a lot different. It's like an age gone by now, a chapter of my life that's closed, or I've turned the page. I mean, it's 10 years that we've had that place. When I first started, I was a single guy, no kids. Now I've got my son, family, all that type of stuff. And it just really took away too much time, especially you're not making a whole bunch of money, so then what the heck is the point? Basically just got out of it. I mean, we sold it, but it's not like we were getting any money out of it. So it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, and the thing is, if we were open now, oh my God, it would not be pretty. I mean, my buddy has got a few Firehouse subs, and he's in a full panic mode. I mean, he's like, he can't do it, And, the sad truth is, look, guys, most Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Okay, if you're not living paycheck to paycheck, then you're in like the top 5% or something. Most businesses kind of are month to month. It's like, that's it. Can a business weather, I'd say an average business can probably weather 4 to 6 months of like bad times. Like bad, not this. This is different than bad. This is like nothing, So it's like, yeah, so you could have your sales here, say you're doing $2,000 a day. You can weather a storm of going down to $1,500 a day for, say 4, 5, 6 months. You can do cutbacks, you cut payroll, you buy less food, you pay yourself less. A lot of times, business owners are the last one to get paid, man. Well, not sometimes, all the time. We're the last ones to get paid. You pay everyone else first. So a business can handle that, but this is different, man. This is like your sales are going from 2,000 a day to 300 a day, and he's got franchises and there's rules. He can't just say, hey, screw it, I'm going down to one person. I'm going to make people wait. I'm going to do this. He can't do that because they have like rules in place where you got to have X amount of people on the clock. So he's in full panic mode. He's like, basically, look, I can do this month, and next month I'm screwed. And he's got four stores. So it's not good, man. Anyway, so here it is, guys. Werewolf by Night 32, First Moon Knight. This book has eluded me for 3, 4 years, something like that. Um, Unfortunately, the book has gone up a lot, and anyway, was able to grab this one for what I thought was a pretty good deal. Don't remember right off the top of my head. It was about 1,500 or something like that, 1,575 maybe. Um, but anyway, the reason that I grabbed this one, right? Obviously, old label, so I'm thinking there's a possibility for a bump here. And looking at it, I thought maybe it could make a 9.2. I don't know. There's a couple color breaks on the spine. Maybe, I don't know if it can make 9.2. It'd be borderline 9.2. I wouldn't say it's impossible, but I don't think it could go any higher than a 9.2. I don't know if there's any a couple little things. Not a whole lot. I don't know if there's any dirt on the back that can clean up. Maybe a little bit, but centering is pretty nice. A lot of these, I was just not seeing a nice wrap or centering. It was really bugging me when you're talking about spending a couple $1,000s on a book. It just gets to be a little bit crazy. See if this thing will hold a slap. Oh, that holds a slap freaking perfect. So there it is, guys. So that's the first deal I bought. I mean, this was kind of really before things kind of went really crazy. Oh, one other thing, you gotta check these older slabs too to make sure that people aren't. Uh-oh, I don't like that. It's missing the sticker on the top. That is a red flag, guys. Okay, so let me see. Gotta be real freaking careful. Damn it. No. Guys, I'm gonna be returning this one. I see some tool marks on the case. Let's see if I can show this to you. See if it'll show up in the camera. So I didn't even look at this, guys, but okay, so the top label is gone. All right, so you want to really make sure on these old slabs the top label is there. And damn it, it's just not going to show up, guys. But right in here, okay. Maybe you can see it right there. There's some tool marks. Is it this side? I'm just seeing like I don't know. I'm scared that this thing may have been tweaked. Because what people would do, well, maybe not. I really am scared of these older slabs that they've messed with potentially. And one sign is that this label is tweaked. A lot of people will try and glue them back down and they don't look good. Let me see what we got here. It still kind of seems pretty good, but I am slightly concerned. Post. Guys, I'm gonna have to really look at this sucker close. It looks like it may have been messed with. really tough to know. But I'm gonna have to take a real good look at this later and check it out because what people will do is with these older slabs, they'll get in there, open the top up a little bit, and they'll pull the card out and slide another card in. Um, so that's what they would do, and when they would open it up enough, the sticker will kind of come off, at least one side of the slab. So I'm gonna want to get in there with a jeweler loop and really look. And this label will be loose, also if the book has been messed with. You know, I wasn't so concerned when I was looking at it online because I was like, well, it's only an 8.5. So, you know, why would someone try and do that with an 8.5? But, you know, I'm seeing a little bit of, looks like glue in there. So, I'm not really liking what I'm seeing here. What a shame, man. I have to return this. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm fairly positive this has been messed with. Okay, let's see if I can get this to show up. Okay, so look at where the label is in relation to the sticker. So the label is there. Okay, so we've got about a quarter inch of slop there. Okay, now these labels are pressed down here, so they are firm within the slab if they haven't been messed with. Now I'm gonna kind of flick this sucker and try and get that label to shift. Now look, I've shifted the label to where there's like only an eighth of an inch of a reveal right there. So see the gap between the edge of the label and the blue label is there. Now let me go back this way again. Now that I kind of just tweaked it over, you see how much more there is. So I'm literally moving that label just by tilting it and flicking it. I moved it back here. So this label is loose inside of the slab. So yeah, unfortunately this one's going back. Damn it! Werewolf by Night, man. Have not been able to still haven't been able to get one. But anyway, so people try to play games with the slabs, guys. That's the one risk about trying to buy older slabs. Is man, Tony, I mean, I would consider it, but I think it would probably, but the problem is, you know, what did they do? Did they just flip it with a lower grade, or did they flip it with something that was trimmed or had some color touch? You know, because that's the risk, you know. Like, I wouldn't mind, you know, nah, it's just not worth it. Not with this much money. It's just not worth it. Yeah, so that one, unfortunately, is just going to have to go back. So, Bill, the label, most likely, if I check the label, it will still be a Werewolf by Night. What people weren't, you know, they were kind of smarter than, you never know. I mean, they could be idiots. I will check the label on the census and see if it pulls up with a Werewolf by Night. It probably will, but what people were doing this back in like the early 2000s, man. I got hit once with the giant size X-Men where the bottom was trimmed, and you know, unfortunately, it was 15 years later when I sent it in to get pressed and resubmitted to CGC. I'm unboxing the thing. I see a 9.4, and I'm like, yes, I bumped it from a 9.0 to 9.4. And then I look, it's a freaking purple label, and I'm like, oh God, what the hell happened? You know? And then look at it, said bottom edge trimmed, and the case was all loose and beat up. But I mean, this was like 2000, so I didn't know that people were doing that back then. So yeah, the old label. Well, yeah, I mean this. No, the label. Yeah, the label is gonna be a Werewolf by Night because that's the label. So the label is real. Yeah, so the label is real, but what they do is they'll have two books. So say this was an 8.5 restored. They'll pull the purple label out and slide the blue label in, and then they'll just resubmit their other blue label to get another case. That was the scam that people were doing back then. So you definitely want to make sure that that top sticker um, is in place. I mean, they do kind of can sometimes get loose, but this one's just completely missing. Which I mean, that's one thing, but the other thing is, I saw a little bit of glue squirting out over here, right? And then I'm looking at the post, and it's really difficult to see when the posts are cracked, but you kind of have to look for the way the light travels through the post. Because just looking down on it, you're not going to see it. You have to kind of look at the angle, and then you'll see like where the light, is kind of not going through all the way. It's not an easy thing to describe, but like I said, that label moving around, that doesn't happen. They press that label into the case, so it it's always going to be firm. And anytime that it's been loose, bad things have happened. When I've cracked books out and I've had loose labels, it's not good. It's like, if I crack this out and got it pressed and resubmitted, then it's probably gonna come back an 8. So that ain't happening. It's just not worth it. So unfortunately, we're going to. So Tony, I don't know, man. I don't know if the seller knew or not. It depends on when he bought it. Like, the sad thing is, I bought that giant size X-Men, the 9.0, way back when. If I had just decided to sell it, then I wouldn't have known. And it was trimmed. The way it was trimmed was on the back. You could just see that the back was just a little bit wonky. So even if you're looking at it from the front, it looks totally fine. It's literally, they trimmed the back. I don't even know why. I mean, giant size X-Men, like, why the hell would you even try and trim the back cover? I don't even get it. It's a square bound book. Yeah, Bill, dude, when they're loose, man, that's just no good. But anyway, so loose label. We're gonna have to return that bad boy. Sad, because I was really looking forward to potentially grade bumping that bad boy and stashing that in the personal collection. That's it, guys. So we'll hope for the best on this one. Maybe I can get my black label from CGC. I got to see if they recognize this. What is this? Hilltop pedigree. Anyway, so that's the thing. Just because it's a pedigree doesn't mean that CGC recognizes it. So let's see. Would be cool if I can get that thing to grade 9.8 black label. That'll be the first pedigree comic that I have, if they recognize it. But I think that's about it, man. I know, brother Tony. I know. we can get the rainbow colored labels from you, brother. Yeah, I know. Anyway, black label looked pretty sick there. We'll see what happens. And the funny thing is, when CGC came out with that black label, was like, what, 3 weeks after you announced, or Bill announced for you, all the different colored labels and this and that, and then all of a sudden, CGC black label, Anyway, what can you do, man? They try and steal all the good ideas. But anyway, guys, tomorrow morning, me and Bill are going to be live, so definitely check that out. It's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 o'clock noon Eastern tomorrow. So you definitely want to tune in live for that. It's going to be sick. And that's it, man. Shit. I'm going to have to return this Werewolf by Night. Sucks, man. Oh well, hopefully I can get another one. But that book is just, it's just eluding me, man. I don't know why. Try and find the right one at the right price. It has been a very tough book to do that with. Is what it is, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe, everyone. Stay inside as much as you can. And that's it. See you guys tomorrow. Later.